And now we're live.
Yo. Welcome to the live stream episode 72. No really host today. We're just live streaming. They're a little bit more laid back. But this is an episode, so we will do our usual stuff before we get into it. Don King, Wrestling Geek. Here's our personal Instagrams right here. Our group Instagram, the No Doubt Podcast YT. Check that out. YT stands for YouTube. I just have to give those every time in case we have some newer audience. So welcome, if so. TikTok, No Doubt Podcast. Go check us out over there. And YouTube, obviously, No Doubt Podcast. Go subscribe to Wrestling Geek as well. For any wrestling content your way over there. This is episode 72. We're doing a live stream today. And it's a sports one. We're going to be talking about basketball, specifically Bronny James or LeBron James Jr., whichever one you want to do. We're going to talk about how he has been so far. He just dropped 39 maybe a couple days ago in the G League. So just maybe we'll pull up some film. Hopefully, I don't know if they'll get copyrighted or not. Or we can just have a little genuine discussion. So that's really about it. I got my whiskey, so I'm cool.
Well, like he said, this is technically an episode. It is a live stream, but it is an episode 72. We're almost at 100 already, which is insane. I hope you guys enjoyed that new intro that we got, because every time we do an intro, we get copyrighted. So hopefully this one does not get copyrighted. Like he said before, follow all of our social medias. Follow my YouTube channel, Wrestling Geek. I'm trying to get more consistent. I say it all the time, but I'm so focused on a podcast that I lose sight of my own channel sometimes. But now I want to be more consistent on both. But again, the topic is about Bronny. G League, NBA, whichever one he's in, because sometimes he'll be in both randomly. One night he in the NBA game,
He's on a two-way. He's on a two-way, so a lot of their home games he's going to be sitting on the bench unless – and because, the G League, I think someone might quote me if they know more. I think all of the G League games are never the same day as the home games for the Lakers. I'm not sure. But either way, so he's on the two-way. But give me a minute. I'm just going to feed my dog real quick.
Well, I'm going to keep the stream going for a while until he comes back. I'm going to make this one screen. Once again, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe as always. We really do appreciate you guys, everybody who comes along and does this. I'm used to doing stuff by myself. Once again, I got my own channel, so keeping stuff rolling is nothing new to me. Excuse the mess I got. My wife, she does a lot of rearranging stuff. If you're married, you know how it be. Her desk, my old gaming chair before I upgrade to this boy. I need to upgrade to a new one. If anybody knows any good gaming chairs over there, please let me know, because I need one. Lord knows I need one. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the intro. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream, episode 72. We're talking about Bronny. Now, before we get too deep into it, I haven't really been too big into the G League. I don't watch G League because there's really nowhere to watch it. The NBA's got so many different streaming platforms, and I'm going to discuss this with Don too when he comes back. But there's so many streaming platforms for the NBA that it's just hard to keep up with, and I think that's one big reason. This has nothing to do with the video, but the viewership is a little down because of that. Understandable. But it's hard to keep up with G League. It's easy to keep up with stats more so in the G League than the actual play of G League, because again, just the sustainability and the sustainability and just the reach that they have, it isn't that large. And I think they should probably promote the G League a little bit more than what they do. But I mean, it comes with time, I guess. It's to the point where you get to it, and then maybe we can get there. But the viewership for the G League is not really the easiest thing to do, because there's not really too many outlets for it. They don't promote it that heavy. And if they do, it's on social media. They don't really promote it too much on TV. So that's another reason it's kind of hard to keep up with G League players in general. So if anybody who's watching or whoever sees this, if you know good ways to watch the G League, please let me know. I'm interested in watching it and finding out and learning more about young talent who probably won't get as much chance for some strange reason. But yeah, G League players are pretty darn good. Some of them are really good NBA level talent guys. I think
Mac
they can
McClung.
contribute to a team. Matt McClung, Magic fan. I'm a Magic fan, so yes, he's very good. I don't see why he doesn't at least get an opportunity.
He's been
But
in the G League for like 5 to 6 years, I think, too.
yeah, it's getting ridiculous at this point. And then he was like from team to team. But um, yeah, Bronny dropped 39 the other night. I don't remember what the assist and rebound stats were, but I
Uh,
know
I can pull it up, but I know it was 39. I think he shot from like 17 for 21, or that might be too high. Not sure. Um, I wish we could. Will we get copyrighted if we react to NBA highlights?
more than likely,
League-
unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
But so I'm gonna pull up his actual G League stats so we can all see it. This is a live stream. There's no pace to it.
It's only pulling up career for some reason. I just have to actually go to his G League.
So I don't know why it looks like that. It looks chopped.
It's only giving me averages. I want to see the game.
I don't think I can zoom in, unfortunately, on this. I think I can, but let's just see. Because I know I can zoom in. I want to be able to show you guys. There we go. Some legit stats here. I'm actually using my gaming computer, and it helps out a
Oh,
lot.
yeah, that's what I was referring to. That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
But yeah, Bronny stats. Let me zoom in some more because they still look fuzzy.
Well,
for some reason.
that's the same site I'm looking at right now. It's not telling. That's just telling me it's averages. It's not going to be like every individual game.
See, I don't think they do it for the G League, which is very strange, but go crazy, I guess. But
Oh,
like that,
really? Okay.
I'm just just flat do it like this. Probably make it a little better.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, traditional splits. If you want to go off this, which is the main stat line, he's averaging 21 a game. That's actually really good for 11 games played. Again, he doesn't play road games. I don't know if that's a conditional thing, a health thing, because he had the heart attack scare last year.
Yeah,
So
we
maybe
don't
that's
know.
what it is. But he's shooting 7 for 7, shooting 7. He's making 7%. He's making 7 field goals a game, 17 attempts, 44% from the field. That's actually really good. He's shooting 38% from three. That's excellent. Free throw attempts, 81%. That's better than his pops. So that's actually pretty darn good. His G League stats are really good for the little small sample size we've gotten. Again, I wish we can get a larger sample size. I don't know when we're gonna get that. But from what I'm seeing, again, I can't watch G League games because I don't know where to watch them. But from what I'm seeing with the 21, pretty much 22, 5 and 6, it's pretty darn good for a second round pick, 55 overall. And this is from a person who I thought he should have stayed in college another year because I mean I feel like the college experience would have been great, but I guess
Yeah.
it's worked so far.
Yeah.
And
That last game was 39.7 rebounds, 67 field goal percentage. I don't know how many
so
assists, but I was or the actual field goal attempts it makes, but yeah.
if I could find legit some way to put
Wait, actually, why didn't I check House of Highlights? They have it.
maybe they can copyright us too, can't they?
No, I'm just checking on it on Instagram. I've liked it already, so it should just be there. Cause I think it actually told me like how many shots he took and all that stuff.
This insane dude got a whole beard.
Who you talking about, Bronny?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Okay, it was here. I don't know why they took it down. Oh no, it's here. Okay, yeah, he shot 14 for 21, which is still pretty efficient. So that was his field goal percentage. I'm on the South Bay Lakers site right now. Quincy also he be going crazy. The one person that I was thinking about his name. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I think it's Olivari. So Quincy Olivari, I think. But he on his last game he got 33 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. So there's a lot of guys that can hoop out there, and that's kind of a conversation that I want to have. Of course, we all know that there's more talent in the NBA. We know that. But I don't think G League guys need to be slept on too much, especially the right ones. A good sample size. Those guys are hungry. Those guys want a starting position. Those guys want to be the next man up. I think that's something to look forward to. And I see a lot of people on the internet, and obviously this is going to be what it's going to be regardless. It's LeBron James, so unfortunately, Bronny's going to get some of that hit when it comes to it because he's LeBron's son. But a lot of people said, just like you said, and not to say your opinion is not right, because I believe, even though now I feel differently, I still at first thought he could have stayed at college, truthfully. But I did feel like that his chances of getting drafted were easier last year than this year because of the draft class that's supposed to be coming in now. Um, and we can like talk about that a little bit of some of the people that's coming in this year, so we can kind of like compare. But I did think his chances were better in that draft class. So that was one. But two, he could have been in college again. But I will say, no experience is better than pro experience, and he's getting pro experience right now. Whether we say it's the G League or not, he's getting pro experience, and that's one thing that I think is essential. And he's open. His minimum minutes he gets in the NBA, he's doing something. Was it a rough start? Yes, they all have. Most people have rough starts. There's not going to always be a group of people that's just always going to get the ball rolling. And he's doing a lot of. He's doing a lot better than a lot of people that got drafted before him this year, even people that's already in the NBA. So I think it started to work out. Once we see more consistency, we can probably try to figure out later if that away game he not traveling is still a thing. I remember it was one, but I don't know if that's still a thing yet. But I'm impressed, but I guess we can kind of spark a conversation. Do we think it's really a lot of talent in the G League, or do we think it's just here and there guys? Like he scored 39. That's not an easy feat. Are we gonna say that's really, really impressive, or are we gonna say it may not be that much talent? He's scoring 39 because he should be.
No, there's no such thing as scoring 39 because you should be. If you're talented, you're talented. There's no, but I never thought he wasn't talented. I just once again referred to back when before the draft. I thought he should have stayed at school. I've always thought he was talented. Do I think his brother's going to be better? I don't know. I can't really answer that. But
I
for this,
right at this moment, I think Bryce is the better shooter. He's obviously going to probably be a little taller, but I don't think he would have an NBA body as of yet because Bronny already has that at 6'2", 6'3". Well, they had him listed at 6'1", but I guess they have the for G League they list him as 6'3" with shoes on, so he's listed at 6'3" with shoes on. Um, I think he's already there athletically. I don't see that from Bryce, but I do see a natural shooter. So do I think he'll be better than Bronny? My personal opinion at this point, at this time, no, I don't think he'll be better, but I think he can be something. I think they both can be something.
well, going back to the whole draft class, I pulled up the draft results. I'm gonna share this screen too because I got a whole computer to use finally. So why not share the screen? Um, let's pull it up here. Wrong one. I'm just saying clicking. I was clicking. So they're gonna hear in the
Mhm.
background. But this is a draft class. Now I'm not too familiar with this class. All I know is
We got to zoom it in a little bit for me.
I mean I know a couple
Well,
guys on
for
here,
all of them actually.
but I'm not the most familiar. Like obviously we know him. He went number one. Has he been that impactful? I don't know. I'm not
we
a
will
Hawks
have to
fan.
we will have to click on his stuff, but yeah.
Like this is the number one overall pick. And it's no disrespect to him. Like he could always still be a star. He's only a rookie. I will never
What does
downplay
he? If you scroll down, does it tell us? Oh, it doesn't tell nothing about him. I would love to see these guys' stats, honestly, but I don't.
and
Wish they had.
situation matters. Like I don't like. I love the fact to talk about situation because situation literally does matter. And he's on the Hawks, like playing with Trey Young, so that could really benefit him pretty well in the long run. I don't know how long Trey's going to be there. It's the thing, but since I can't share all these screens, I can just tell you the stats. He's currently averaging 12 points, 12 point, 12.2 points, 3.7 rebounds, which I always round up to four, one assist. Which is he a point guard? No, he's
No,
power
he's
forward.
6'9". He's a power forward or center. He's a forward. Yeah, it's listed right there. 6'9", 215.
And he's shooting 44% from the field, which is excellent, by the way.
44 is I wouldn't. Is it excellent?
For a
I mean, no,
power
no,
forward in
no. That's
today's
good.
game,
That's good for a rookie, a first guy coming in. Yeah. That's a pretty good percentage. Yeah.
obviously for number one overall pick, you wish the the points will probably be a little higher. Again, you're playing with Trae Young, one of the greatest playmakers in the NBA, probably one of the greatest playmakers I've ever seen in my life. So I would hope at least give me 15 off the rip. If you're not the greatest scorer, again, I don't know his game, not too familiar with it, but if he's not a scorer, I get it from that standpoint. But playing with somebody like Trae Young should boost your scoring. Like again, he's a rookie, so I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. But if you're my power forward, 3.7 or essentially 4 rebounds is not acceptable. I don't care how little you are at that position. At least give me 5 to 6 at that position. I know you're again a rookie, but you got to give me a little bit more than that. And maybe that's just me overthinking it again. But
Well, you got to remember they still have guys like Clint. I'm not saying I wish Garrett was here because he would just laugh at me. Um, I'm not saying that he's just what he was in Houston, but they still have guys that are filling that role. Whether or not it was working or not, no. Which we started seeing towards the end of the year after the draft, they started to get some pieces for trade deadline. So the team doesn't look exactly the same as it did, I don't think. But I mean, you got to look into that too. I don't think the Hawks needed a forward in my they needed a Jalen Johnson, and unfortunately, he got injured. So that's what I think they needed. And even though he's a forward, he's still a guy that can make plays. He's a big guard. So point forward as you will. For what's his name? What was his first name? I
I
forgot
don't
his
know how to
name that
pronounce his
quick.
name.
But yeah, I don't want to be rude. But yeah, so for him, it was just like I didn't know if that was just a piece for the Hawks. And it still could be there. It still could be a piece, but like I said, I mean, he's averaging 12, which is not too bad. I mean, but let's be honest, this, like I said earlier, this draft class is not as strong in packed as of other classes we've seen. So I don't know, but I mean, we can talk about Alex Sarr. So
I would love to talk about Alex Sarr. Buddy thought he was him, first of all, when the draft came around. He told the Hawks no, but you went to the Wizards next. That's an automatic L on that end. Then on top of the fact that you thought you were better than what you were, no disrespect, year one, I get all that, but he hyped himself up a lot, which is cool. I like confident people when it comes to sports, especially sports, because I'm a confident competitive person when I play sports. But this dude was supposed to be, I guess, the next Wemby. I don't obviously
no,
nobody's the next
who said
Wemby,
that?
but
He was
there was
supposed
a
to be a
lot of
Wimby.
draft. Phrase that. A lot of draft experts said he was supposed to be the next Wemby, or at
Uh,
least similar to Wemby. 7 foot, should be able to dribble the ball, handle, shoot, score like Wemby, like stuff like that. Again, obviously he's not Wemby, and everybody knows that. But dude, 12 points, 12.6 rebounds. You're averaging 6 rebounds as a 7 footer, unacceptable. I don't care about the assists from my big man. I could care less about that. And then you're shooting 39%, which is pathetic for a dude that's 7 foot. You should be getting to the rim at ease. I get it. He probably doesn't have the muscle like a Giannis, which obviously took time for him to get and all that. So I would never. Again, I give rookies grace, but I'm not giving you grace for the 12.7 points you're averaging. I mean, you can really give me 16, 17. You're in the Wizards.
I mean,
It's free range.
what's his different? Because the first pick averaged 12. So what's the difference?
The difference is he plays for the Wizards. They're garbage, and it should be
Oh,
free
okay. So
range.
he should be, yeah, okay.
Like it
And
should
and
be
Alex Sarr
strictly
definitely
him.
had more publicity surrounded with him, I would say, than the original guy. I know they're both from France, I believe, but right, aren't they?
I don't know.
Well, I know this says France right here for him. I think the other guy was from France as well, but he did have a little bit more hype into his name. So I will say that. And the Wizards, yeah, they didn't have that guy that could fill that role. He should have been that guy, that forward position. They have a Kyle Kuzma, but a Kyle Kuzma and Alex Sarr should be able to play on the court at the same time. I would say the Jordan Poole, which is the point guard there. I mean, or shooting guard, whichever. He's a guard. Let's just say that.
So Jordan Poole's trash. No
Well,
disrespect,
I wouldn't say he's
but he's
trash.
trash with the Wizards. He needs to get out of there. Kuzma
Well,
most definitely needs to go to a contender. It's like he's
well,
too
he's
good
he's
to be
gone
on there.
now. He's on the Bucks now. Remember for the trade deadline.
That's good. So you see now they're making the smart decisions because there is clearly a tank for Cooper flag. We all know it's tank. It's tank for Coop. It's a Cooper tank
Whoever gets
flag,
him.
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, and that's something else we can talk about. Like we can try to figure out if there's some sites that can tell us who may have the greatest chances of getting lottery picks. Because it just depends.
Well, the Wizards are always there because they're
I heard
trash.
the 76ers are up there this year.
I hope they don't get him because they're going to ruin him just like they do everybody else. He's going to somehow catch the injury bug as soon as he stepped foot on the 76ers court. Leave that alone.
He was already injured this year
I take my
for March
chances.
Madness, but he's back now because I think they just beat Baylor. What,
Let
a
me
day
look.
or so ago, something like that.
Draft
That was longer than a day actually. I think that was Sunday or Monday.
2025 lottery odds. There we go. I can guarantee the teams. I know the Wizards up there, Hornets are out there. LaMelo Ball needs help in the worst way. Utah, I would hate to see him go to Utah. It's a
Brandon
boring
Miller.
market. Well, Brandon Miller's excellent, but isn't he hurt?
Well, they all had got hurt, so that's what happened.
See, but here's the thing: Cooper Flag is going to end up on the Wizards, Utah, Charlotte, New Orleans, possibly Philly, which would be random as hell. But they are having an awful year. Brooklyn, like all these terrible teams who tank every single season.
So, what out of those teams, what's the best fit for him to succeed? Further?
Succeed? New Orleans is a no because Zion's pretty much gone. I don't think he's going to be there no longer. If I was a Pelicans fan, I wouldn't want him. He doesn't want to be there, and he's always hurt, so I wouldn't want him in that situation. I don't know. Their training staff just suck, or Zion's always just hurt. Obviously the Spurs not going to win much. Oh, my mama calling me, but hold on, you can keep talking right quick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I definitely wouldn't say Philly, and we can talk about that a little bit more. Joel Embiid, which we could argue that this wasn't necessarily Philly's fault, but Joel Embiid has always been continuously hurt and injured for years on years on years, and now he's actually not coming back this year, or PG is not. So that tank is real. I mean, they still have Tyrese Maxey, who I always thought was the guy. I always thought he was the minute he came in. He's telling Joel Embiid, you should be on time. You should be having us accountable, not me. So that's more to the locker room than skill to me. Like if you're that guy, if you still can show that you're that guy on the floor when it matters, but you can also show that you're that guy in the locker room, younger, old or not. Tyrese Maxey always been the guy to me. So I can see Philly definitely being a spot for Cooper Flag, however the lottery goes, but I wouldn't necessarily want him there. But like I said, with PG out for the rest of the year now, Joel Embiid out for the rest of the year now. So Joel Embiid I think they both doing something with their knee. I'm not sure, but I don't know. That's obviously a chance with Charlotte. Brandon Miller, amazing. LaMelo, amazing. I think they're both good. I think Charlotte needs more pieces. A Cooper Flag there may benefit them because you will still have Brandon Miller and Cooper Flag at the forward positions. You used to have LaMelo. I think they still have Miles Bridges, and actually he's having a good year, regardless of what we say about his past things or not. He's having a good year. So that might go well, but we also know Charlotte don't know how to manage a team as a whole. So depending on development, how fast that's going to be, I don't know if he can get that from Charlotte. Brooklyn don't really have too much talent. I'll be honest. I mean, I'm not saying they're trash, but they're not a top team. So Cooper Flag could definitely go there. Brooklyn is not the New York Knicks, we know that, but it's still a market. So that's also an option. I wouldn't mind it, especially because Ben Simmons is now with the Clippers. That would give him is he a point forward? I wouldn't say he's as good of a ball handler than Ben Simmons was, or a passer maybe, but I could be wrong. I don't watch too much Cooper Flag highlights, but he is doing good things at Duke. I will say that. What other teams did you mention? I think you mentioned. Did you mention the Wizards? I don't know. The Wizards are. I don't know what that franchise is doing, to be honest. But Alex Sarr will have to show up eventually. Jordan Poole will have to show up eventually. Now that Kyle Kuzma out of there, he can forward that load. But I don't know. I mean, I can definitely look at some stuff here. Okay. So this is bookies.com. Yeah, I think this is the same site that you saw with Utah Jazz, Wizards, Hornets, Pelicans, 76ers, Brooklyn Raptors, for the odds of who gets him for the draft.
Yeah, I can pull it up on the screen. I'm just trying to.
They're saying Utah. Utah has the greatest odd, I think.
And that would be a travesty because the market's trash, which is fine. I like when small market team get bigger players, good players, because it helps the small market. I just don't think Utah needs to be the team to
Oh,
get
so
the
your
one.
team, so your site has Washington as the highest chance.
Excuse the
Oh, so they're
language,
tied. They're
but
tied. Washington, Utah, and Charlotte are tied at 14%.
the coldest white boy that's gonna come into the NBA since Larry Bird, he does not need to go to Utah. It's not gonna happen. Let's just NBA.
Uh,
Let's make it not happen.
why does he not? I mean, wouldn't you prefer him to be in Utah other than Washington and Charlotte? Let's
Out of
let's start
all
let's
these
start there.
teams,
Let's start with the top three teams because they're tied for 14%.
we all know how this works. They all tie, and then somehow one, two, three, 4, or 5 go somehow swoop in. If he ends up here, then it's all we all know it's already rigged because there's no way he ends up here. But it's possible
Why
because the NBA
why
is
would
rigged
he end up why would he end up in Miami?
because it's rigged. I mean,
No,
let's be
why would
real.
he no, I'm saying why would it be rigged if he ended up in Miami?
There's no way you're going to tell me 3 teams with 14%, one team with 6. The chance that the first pick is 6, and they somehow skip all these teams. Now, Miami has been on a crash course since trading Jimmy Butler. They beat him the other night, by the way, but that
Yeah,
was
they
kind of
did.
funny.
We could definitely talk about that because he did not show up to play.
But
But yeah,
Spurs would be an absolute banger fit. Him and Wimby would go crazy.
De'Aaron Fox, don't forget.
And Aaron Fox. And then Portland, I think Portland's doing pretty good actually since the Dame trade. So I wouldn't mind seeing him there. Chicago, we all know the legacy Michael Jordan had there. D Rose, they haven't done Josh dang squat since D Rose
Dallas is
left.
interesting.
Dallas would be a
I'm not
good
saying I
fit.
love it, but I think it's interesting.
But we've already seen what Nico would do with star players when they become stars. They trade them for free, so they'll be dumb.
That's true.
Sacramento, Lord knows they need another star to letting De'Aaron Fox walk. It still got Sabonis. I don't know how that worked between him and Sabonis. I don't like that fit as
Sabonis
well.
is having a great year. He's a double machine. But that's how that goes.
And then there's Phoenix, who I don't want him anywhere near. If I had to personally pick which team I prefer him on, obviously Miami would be first. Philly, if they could stay healthy. As a Magic fan, I don't want that, nor do I want this. The perfect fit would be here. San Antonio, for me, would probably be the best fit. They would build a whole dynasty. Fox, Wemby, who's a future, obviously, probably going to be the best player in the world eventually. He's already
Wemby?
damn near top 10. He might as well be top 10 at this point if he was healthy. What's healthy or not healthy? Wemby's already top 10 at this point. We've been honest. If anybody has Wemby in their top 10, I'm already cool with it at this point. This dude's
I need to see. I mean, I'm not saying. I just gotta see
by
a little bit
next
more.
season.
Yeah, by
He's
next
top 10.
season,
There's no way.
yeah, I'll be able to tell you.
Because age matters to me. Bron's still hooping, so he's still top 10. But I would, if I had to put 2 people in there right now, it would be Wemby and Paulo. I think those two are top 10 players going into next season. I don't know about. I would have to go back and look at our top 10 list we had this season. I can't remember, but
Are we
Wemby's.
reading? Are we reading those percentages right? Because they have different numbers under 2, 3, 4, or 5. So I don't know.
Well, this day percentage you're getting a 2 pick pretty much.
Oh,
Right
I'm
here,
tripping. Yeah, okay, I see. God, forgot. Yeah, got you.
but
All right,
we
so I
talking
mean,
about
that's Cooper Flag, and I mean, I can agree with that. San Antonio obviously would be a good fit because I think that's a franchise that know how to develop their players. So obviously, I wouldn't have an issue with the San Antonio. I actually wouldn't mind Utah just because I wouldn't mind it. Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. I don't really have a real reason. I just wouldn't mind it as a fit wise. But for Chicago, I mean not Chicago. I'm sorry, Charlotte, Washington, Philly. I would rather not see him go those places. Yeah, I'd rather not see him go those places.
Philly's a dumpster fire. We all know that. Paul George is trash. Joel Embiid's always hurt. Tyrese
Yeah,
Maxey's hurt.
well, don't put that on Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese
I mean, if we
he
really,
has his here and there issues, but I really think that's just little issues. He hasn't had time where he's just out like an Embiid and a PG.
if we really want to go down this entire list, the Washington Wizards are the worst team in the NBA. Their franchise is just awfully ran. Let's skip them completely. Utah, Danny Ainge is a great GM. He's known for finessing teams. if this works out for them, maybe he can put a team around Cooper Flag. I probably believe him before any other team on this list. Charlotte's just a joke at this point. They've been
Yeah.
running around. You got LaMelo. He'll be gone probably within the next 2 seasons. We know how this works. He's going to get paid. As for trade, he's out of there. We've seen it before. Charlotte's a dumpster fire. New Orleans a dumpster fire because everybody's always hurt. Zion's all this hype coming in, well deserved when he was in college and high school, but he's injury prone. You can't
Mm-hmm.
sell tickets when your star guy is never available. And for marketing purposes, obviously none of these teams are best, but I just know New Orleans is trash. Philly would probably obviously be the best fit if everybody can stay healthy and George Paul can go back to his MVP set, which he'll never will. He's trash. Joel Embiid has to stay healthy, which he won't because he's Joel Embiid. And then, like I said, well, Maxi's a beast, but I don't know if he's having a down year. I don't watch Philly. Let's just be honest. I
Well,
only
we
watch
can
when he
look at it. We
plays.
can look at stats if you want to. I mean, let's before we do that, we can still break down the teams for Cooper Flag, but
Yeah, I'm gonna knock this out. Brooklyn. I
I
don't know
don't
what the
hate
heck
it.
they're
I don't
doing.
hate it, but I don't love it. Like that's the only team where it's just kind of like in the middle for me.
I think Toronto will be a cool fit with him and Scotty Barnes. I don't know how that will
Scotty
work.
Barnes, RG Barrett, Brandon Ingram, whenever he comes back, if that's even this year, probably not.
And that would be a really
Um,
good team.
I think that would be a really good team. On paper, now we got to see how it meshes. But on paper, that's a great team. Scotty Barnes is their number one guy. Cooper Flag gets their cool little second or third, depending on how they want to do that with RG Barrett.
For now. We're
I don't know
taking the
about
vote.
BI for now, yeah, because I don't know. So
But Miami, dumpster fire, they're falling apart. Obviously, franchise wise, they're probably the best. They're the best besides the Spurs on this list. But they're a dumpster fire this year. They suck, which is good. Tyler Hero's MVP. He's an all star, which is good. Bam Adebayo sucks. He fell off a cliff. Don't know what the hell happened. Don't know what he got going on. But as a Magic fan, I love it. The Spurs, like I said, in my opinion, the best fit for Cooper Flag. I guarantee somehow they swoop all the way up and get the number one pick. Um, Portland,
I
I
don't think
think
they're
will be
gonna let
another
that
good
happen
fit.
though.
I've seen crazier things in the NBA, but Portland, I don't hate it.
They just had two top three picks in the last 2 years. I don't think they're gonna let that happen.
Chicago mid. They're the definition of mid. Um, Dallas after what they did to Luca, I just don't want them touching any more star players. I think Kyrie's out the door at the end of the season. Anthony Davis is pretty much going to be stuck by himself for a while until he end up leaving eventually or retiring.
And let's
Yeah,
after we get done with this, let's talk about those two because we can talk about those for a little bit because I think that'll be an interesting conversation.
Sacramento. I mean, you let the Aaron Fox go, you still got some bonus, but at that point, I don't. You're a Sacramento
Sabonis,
fan.
Malik Monk, Keegan Murray, still got pieces. Not everyone there, obviously. Hated to see the Aaron Fox go, but he wasn't happy. And I mean, he been hooping with the Spurs before he got injured. Now he's out for the whole season, which is crazy. We had another crazy year of injuries, which sucks. Hate to see players injured like that. But I think that it's a new beginning for De'Aaron Fox, so I can't be mad at that. I think ever since they let the head coach go, it was just a downhill spiral from there. Uh, I don't ever see Sabonis going somewhere. I don't. Let me fix that. I don't ever see Sabonis asking to go somewhere. But no, I still messed that up. I don't ever see Sacramento wanting Sabonis out. I would see Sabonis wanting out. If they don't start winning, that's what I think will happen. But we can dissect that another time. Phoenix, I actually would not hate it because it's already said that KD is out of the door. So,
Shocker.
and that's obviously known by both parties from what I've seen. So they're going to come to an agreement, or he's going to go somewhere. So Cooper Flag there may not be terrible to match with a Devin Booker. If Devin Booker's there, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't even know their contracts to even know when they can get out of the player options or
The
whatever.
fact that they paid Bradley Beal more money speaks volumes on its own.
Yeah, actually, I think we're okay with this list. What was the contract? Because y'all said when you said that in the group chat, I was like,
I think it was another 250. I will
yeah,
look it up right now.
it can't be. No, it can't be. It's
But
not another 250, bro.
I think it was 250. Let me,
It's not a 250, bro. It can't be.
because this is giving me more reasons to laugh at them.
You're not paying a guy 250 that's averaging what, like 12, 15. You just no. You're not doing that.
Yep. 2022 maximum. Bradley Beal signed. Blah blah blah.
Hold on. How? What?
Yep. This is right here. Right here. Said a week ago. 4-year, 250
Zoom it
million.
in if you can. Just so people that's trying to read it. 2022 to 2026. Sign another 4-year, $250 million deal.
Oh, y'all finally gonna admit it? He's trash. He's trash.
Yeah, I never thought he was worth 250, at least with the Suns. No.
Are the Suns dumb? I
I
need
don't
some
know.
Suns fans in the comments. Are
Can
you?
we
Is your
scroll
franchise
up?
dumb?
Let me see the rest of his details. In Google, yeah, that one. Bradley Beal signed a 5-year, 200 with the including. Wait, no, this is. Wait, am I tripping? No, this is old. That's the 2026 maximum. Yeah, you got to go to click on that Instagram post, I guess.
Flip.
It might let you.
Yep. This is
When did that happen?
last week. This is week 0.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
All right. I wish I
got
knew
paid.
more about but yeah, I don't know what the Suns are doing, bro.
Bradley Beal is
I
the.
guess they just didn't want to lose everybody because they already know KD is leaving. So maybe that's just what the angle is.
Bradley Beal is the Kirk Cousins of the NBA.
No, I was going to say something that's kind of disrespectful. He's really the Tobias Harris because Tobias Harris gets paid, but Tobias Harris balling better than him.
Well, I was about to say, we've been honest. He is a Tobias Harris when Tobias Harris was getting all that. This is the exact same thing. Imagine getting paid all that money to be a shell of yourself. I never thought he was him like that, but at least with the Wizards, he was giving us 20-some points. When you got there, you were the
30,
automatic third
30.
option.
He was averaging 30 in the Wizards.
That's cool when you have nobody else to do. That's pretty much what I expect Alex Shard to do. Give me at least 15, 16. But, bro, like, you're the third option. Supposed to be. And you're doing nothing. Like,
He's not doing anything, and he's had back problems all year.
Are the Suns stupid?
I don't know, bro. Truly.
If I'm letting KD go, I'm letting him go. Why keep this contract? He's giving me 17 on the season. Not good enough. 50% shooting, that's good. What's this from 3? 40% from 3, that's good. But these numbers have always been low for him, so I guess I'll leave it alone. This is ridiculous. How does he keep doing this? He's fleecing them.
That's what I'm saying. The only thing I can think of is they already know Katie's at the door. There's a lot of money that's sitting. They're not trying to lose everyone.
Lose something at this point because what are you gaining from keeping him? He sucks.
I mean, if you're taking away guys that are usually scoring, taking on that load, like i.e. KD, then he can feel that load. I'm not saying hold on. I'm not saying he can be a KD. I'm not saying that at all. So let's not even go there. But I am saying that he'll get more burn if KD's not there. Because that's obviously another score out of the door.
Can KD even get his job right? Dude hasn't been the same since he left the Warriors. What was that, 2018, 2019? It's been, 6 years?
No, but he's still at 36, 37. He's still averaging good numbers. I think he's just on a bad team. I think that's why we just don't know it. Because just
how many times we going to get him that excuse?
It's not an excuse. It's a reality.
You're Kevin Durant.
It's reality. You can't make everybody else hoop. Bradley Beal out all year. Bradley Beal been out with back injuries all year, pretty much. I mean, not saying he ain't been playing, but he's been on and off. Like you can't have it. You can't make everyone else hoop. Like that's what I'm just saying.
If it was LeBron, he'd be crucified.
I mean, yeah, he'd be crucified.
Social media would crucify him.
But I wouldn't crucify anybody for that because even though we're all a team, other people still got to come up and do their job.
He hasn't done anything since he left. The Nets were a disaster. Nobody stayed healthy. Kyrie.
He was the only one that stayed healthy at one point.
And then it fell apart.
Yeah.
And he goes to the Suns. Why? I mean, the trade happened.
Devin Booker, which wasn't terrible.
Who's not a proven winner.
Yeah.
So logic besides probably getting paid? Where's the logic where's the logic when you want your money and logic when you want to hoop? Kevin Durant's got plenty of money. He don't need no more money. He's good.
And now,
at what point is his legacy?
Another gold medal to his resume.
At what point is his legacy gonna kind of get that look like you keep switching teams and there no results? Like
What if
when
he doesn't?
Bronny
What if he
switched
doesn't
teams,
care about that?
you should care about that. You're supposed to be one of the greats. He was always one crying about being second place.
He
What
has
happened to that,
rings.
KD?
He has rings. He has gold medals. Whether we think that matters or not, I think it does. I think all of those achievements, personal achievements, matter. So I'm going to throw those into the conversation. He has rings. He has gold medals. He has MVPs. So
I don't really. I mean, I don't really care for the gold medals when it comes to the NBA terms of it. I don't really
I
apply
mean,
those.
well, they always apply them. So that's why I'm just applying it here.
They
I
just
don't
applied
mind
that to
those.
make Carmelo look good because his sorry ass can't get no rings. He trash. Paul George is trash. That's why they just apply
Carmelo
those to
has a
people who
ring.
can't. He ain't got what ring?
You know what ring I'm talking about?
His wedding ring? He ain't got that, do he?
No, he ain't got that either.
He can't keep a ring.
He got a ring. It's just not a pro ring. That's all I'm saying.
Seen him before.
Didn't Carmelo win in college? Or am I tweaking?
They get rings for that?
Yes. Do they
I didn't know
not?
they got them back
Wait,
then.
did they not get rings for that?
Maybe now they do. I didn't know back then.
But he did win it with Syracuse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the ring I meant.
And that's been his biggest life achievement,
I
basketball wise.
mean,
college.
I would say
You
probably
spent
I would probably say
16 years?
the Olympics is probably his most basketball achievement.
Congratulations. It's not an NBA championship. I count NBA
It's not.
championships as that part of that resume.
Well,
The Olympians still
so do you
count.
so okay. So do you disagree with me when I'm saying you can't make everybody come to work and do their job on the team?
If you a GM, you can.
But
Because he can trade them.
if you're a player, you can't. KD
He
cannot.
can. He's
No,
a GM. He can trade you.
No, he can't.
He trades people. We've seen LeBron firsthand.
KD?
Say, I don't like you. Get
We're
out.
talking about KD right now. We're talking about KD right now.
If LeBron got the power, why can't KD have the power? KD should have the power to be able to, like, I don't want him here. He ain't hooping. He got to go. He don't want it like I want it. He got to go.
Did they do that with the coach, or am I tweaking?
Coaches are scapegoats in 2025.
Well,
they've been
they
always
been.
But
I don't know,
KD's
bro.
Kevin Durant. He's got all the leverage, all the power. The Suns don't want to trade him. You put too much into him.
Well, he obviously can't have all that leverage because they already said publicly that he's not going to be there next year.
First of all, if they did say that, that's the dumbest thing ever. Why would you publicly come
You
out?
can look it up. You can look it up. They literally Shams literally said, or was it Brian? What's the guy's name? I forgot. He does a lot of LeBron covers. Yeah, they literally said Phoenix Suns and KD already know that he's not going to be a Phoenix Sun longer.
So how many more teams switch till we be like, okay, Kevin Durant's just a loser at this point? Cool, you got your championships, but you earned them technically because you hooped to get them, but they aren't looked at as big time rings.
They're not weighed. They're not weighed the same because of how much moving around he's done. That's
exactly.
Yeah, which I can agree with that. I can't say anything about it. He's done so much moving around. I think he's done the most moving around from I ever seen from a superstar or a Hall of Famer.
Besides Westbrook, but his don't count because
his don't. Yeah, his.
It counts as moving, but I don't.
Well, we're talking about superstars. We're talking about Hall of Famers that have rings, though.
Well, Westbrook could have one of the Nuggets get a job done this year. I would actually love to see that.
Yeah, it's true.
I still to this day think he made, like Stephen A. Smith said, the weakest move of all time going to the Warriors. That's the weakest move ever. And then after that, you get your 2 rings. You get there a third time. You would have won a third time in a row if you didn't get hurt. And then you leave because you got punked by Draymond. We all know this. Publicly punked by Draymond and on the court. You go to the Nets. Everybody think this is going to be great. Kyrie's a great offensive player, awful defender. Kevin Durant's a great offensive player. At that time, still decent defender.
Decent defender, but mostly because of his length, obviously.
And then James Harden, we all know how his situation went. He cried his way out of the Rockets to get to here. And y'all only played what, a total? How many games did they play? Like 16 total games?
It was like 18. It was a crazy number.
In 3 seasons. Then the whole COVID thing happened. So Kyrie wasn't playing because he didn't want to get vaccinated. Understandable.
Kyrie wasn't playing. Then I think James Harden did something.
And then he ended up leaving. So that whole situation was a bust. Then
he went to Philly, right? And then he forced his way out of Philly.
Yeah.
So
it's always something stupid. But that's what I'm saying. Players like James Harden had leverage because he got the hell on every time. Why can't Kevin Durant have that leverage? to get the team to operate better and do more while I'm here, because I've been here two seasons now. If he only stays here this second, third season and he's gone again, what is it going to be team number 4? He played for OKC,
I think
played for Warriors, he played for the Nets, the Suns, and this will be his 15.
I
Like,
think the biggest difference is, well, do I agree with you? Yes. If anybody, KD should be a guy that has the leverage. But because he was doing all that moving around, and then he went to a team that already had that guy that already owned that leverage, i.e. Stephen Curry, then you're not going to have that leverage. And then when you're gone and you don't even end that relationship right with that front office management with the Warriors, every place he's left, he hasn't really had the best relationship with. So at that point, owners talk. And I don't think that's just something that he's going to have if he's not going to have those good relationships.
Kevin Durant ruined his NBA career when he left the Warriors. If homie had come in since, he would have just sucked it up, dealt with Draymond talking trash, because that's what he does, and win some more championships.
Well, no, that I disagree with, because that's a lose-lose, because then people are still going to say his rings are illegitimate because he's
Well, it
only
was illegitimate anyway. You already got 2 illegitimate ones. Might as well build some more up. What difference is it going to hurt at that point?
I think that makes it worse, which is why he went to Brooklyn to try to get one on his own. Well, not on his own, but as a new team without the Warriors.
Sometimes you got to suck up that pride and do what's best for you. Your rings are gonna count regardless.
I think he did what's best for him though, by leaving.
Winning wise, he might do the best for him emotionally. That's understandable. Take care of your mental.
You know how KD
soft
is more. Yeah, he's more on the
soft,
more sensitive side than the other superstars in the NBA. So he's not gonna look at that the same.
My man's need to grow up here, and he could have just stayed with the Warriors, won about 2-3 more rings. I would probably say 2 more at the most. He could have had 4 rings. 4 rings still count as 4 rings. No way, no matter how anybody looks at it, how I might look at it, might be way different.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think people are going to say 4 rings or 4 rings, though. There's a lot of people that's not going to count them rings.
People still say Bron only got 3 rings when he has 4. That Mickey Mouse
ring
still counts.
But that's my point. Like, to people that support the person, they're going to count that ring. To people that don't, are not going to count it. You're still going to always have people that's going to hate. So with what you saying, that is, yeah, like he could have easily said maybe got a hypothetical 2 more rings, the Warriors. Cool, he could have done that. But because he's so into the social media he's not going to do that because he's focused on all the outside voices.
So
that's what I'm saying. So like that's why he didn't make that move. Now him going to Brooklyn, I didn't think was a terrible move on paper, but that just fell apart. And then the Phoenix, I didn't think that was terrible either. That fell apart. So I don't think the places he went to were just places that are not meant to succeed. They were supposed to. They just didn't. So that's why I don't think that it's all on KD. Though I think he has some to blame. I mean, yeah, somebody got to be blamed for you not winning. You have to come to speak to that at the end of the day that you're not winning. But people still got to show up and do their job too. And they have not been doing that. And KD has great numbers this year. He's basically been the only person that's been playing all year consistently. At 37, the oldest guy on the team. So it's just like, I don't know. I think KD's had a great year.
I don't know. He's just soft. It is what it is. We skipped the whole Bronny thing. We're gonna
get back to Bronny. We can get back to that. I know we just talked about Cooper Flag a little bit because we kind of like trickled down from how Bronny compared to other draft classes, and that's when I said I think it was smart for him to do the other draft class other than this one because we have the Cooper Flag, other people too. So that's why we got
still the one second round either way to go.
I mean, no, let's just say, okay, he was going to be somewhere regardless. Even if he didn't get drafted, they were going to sign him. We already knew that was going to come. But I did think that it was smart for him to be in that draft class if he wanted to be drafted. I think it made sense for him to do that last year than this year. And he's getting pro work. So it's just like he's playing pro guys now. And I think he's really owning up to that. So
Bronny is balling in the G League. He's benefiting from having his father named LeBron James, which, again, your father, you do your best to make sure your children have all the leverage that they need. Yeah. Not mad at that. But he's benefiting off his father's name, which is a good thing, I would technically say.
It's a good thing because, I mean, no other culture has an issue with doing that for their kids, so why should we? That's how I look at it.
When you said, I thought you meant like the Lakers culture was. I'm saying they don't have a choice. They've been in LeBron needs.
No, I meant like any other culture that does that for their kids or their family. Why should we have an issue because it's LeBron's son? That's one thing that I've saw. Like he's supposed to have it hard because LeBron had it hard. Wasn't the whole point of LeBron working hard since however long was to set his kids and generations after up? That's how it's supposed to work. So I just don't know why that's that stigma that we have to always get it out the mud. Why do we have to always do that?
Well, I like a humble person. I don't care for like.
Bronny's humble.
No, not him. I just mean like some rich people who aren't humble.
Of course,
like a Kardashian. First person coming to my head was them.
Yeah,
those I don't like the ignorant rich people. I like the humble, still grinding because she still has to grind his way out regardless. Pause. He still has to grind his way to a higher level. In other words, out of the G League consistently and then the NBA rotation, whether that's with the Lakers or whoever he might play for down the road long term. We don't know how good Bronny's going to be. Only Lord knows how good he's going to be. Only he knows. I mean, I don't think he even taking knows how good he's going to be. But
it's still so. It's only been months. I don't. His ceiling is high. Now, do I think he's just going to be a Hall of Famer? No. I don't think that just because of how the NBA is orchestrated already. But do I think he's going to be like a great player? Yeah, I do for sure. I think he's going to be a great player. He could be a great starter. A lot of people say his ceiling is a solid role player. I think he could be a great starter the way he's playing now. All you got to do is just give him more time in the NBA, and I think he's going to get that job done. So,
heck with that.
So that's just what I think on that.
What's I going to say? We're gonna pull up this video that I found. Hopefully, it doesn't get us copyright. It's a Jeff Teague video because Jeff Teague's hilarious. His podcast is funny. One of the few
he's talking about Bronny?
podcasts. Yeah, it's a Bronny one.
Oh, okay. The recent one, or
yeah, this one a day ago.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna play it and see where it go. Also, Juju got hurt. That sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. I ain't gonna lie.
Why did you hurt like that with that picture?
Shout out to Bronny, man. Bronny with a 40 ball.
Looking promising, bro. We only know
Play the clips. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Get off me.
Big body.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's nice.
Man.
Excuse me.
I see you, nephew. Come on, man. Finally throwing the ball out.
He is fast.
Chopping the rips.
Derek McQueen, turn up. Bow. Chest. Hey.
Who they playing?
Santa Cruz Warriors. Get off me, little homie. Hey.
See, that's what I was talking about. Bronny has an already NBA body.
Leave him in.
He fucking get
Y'all probably said that nigga better than me too.
Like your shit.
Leave him here.
That don't matter. Step back. Hey.
He looking comfortable, man. I think
okay, pick up your shit.
People ain't gonna realize it, but I think what Magic Johnson said is kind of like working though. He said, man, I should just throw Bronny in the G League and let him get to it for the whole year. And I think them G League games and gave him some confidence, bro. I mean, wherever that first G League game we talked about, I think he had like 18 or something. Ever since then, man, he done found his confidence a little bit. And then to get in the real game, the league game, at 17.
Yeah.
I think he finding his footing. Shit, he LeBron kid. He got all the tools and all the training and everything to be great.
Yeah. Most definitely. And one thing I think is crazy that people are acting like they are letting Bronny score. If there's anything out there, they don't want him to score on him. So they play extra hard, bro.
You can see his swag turning up too.
Yeah.
Hitting shots, doing his thing. He feeling good now.
Yeah.
That's all it takes is confidence.
Nah, he had to turn into the evil person. That's all you gotta do. Like he started telling people your chain fade.
Yeah. That was the origin.
Ron, you gotta start popping shit. You was too nice, bro. Yeah. You know, people was trying to try you dating white girl. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he date white girls, Dr. Umar, this, that. Boy, you gotta start popping your shit. Y'all broke now.
I
fuck
with that.
Yeah, it's time, bro. Start calling niggas broke.
Yeah, my daddy.
Before the disrespect.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, my daddy LeBron. Yup. Yeah, we got trainers and meals every year.
I'm rolling. Yeah, he forced me in the league.
Yes, I'm rolling.
Turn now.
Yeah, bro. If your name not Luke on this team, bro, we'll get you the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, that's how you guys start. We gonna appreciate it more. Yeah, that nice shit. Boy, they was on your ass. But I like what he said though. He was like, man, I'm human too. That stuff affect me. But I got something for y'all.
Fact.
So good job to him.
All right, man. Moving on. Belt to ass.
All right, cool.
Yesterday. Cases.
I mean, and that's just one thing that I feel like Bronny is just in one of the toughest situations I think any kid ever in the NBA has to come through. Obviously, LeBron's son, but it's just so hard to find whether you should be pop shit or be aggressive or be humble. And I like that he's being humble. He's being himself. He's not letting people like all the way, even though we all know the media is going to paint their picture. He's still trying to be himself. And I like that because a lot of people can easily crumble under that pressure. But he's had that pressure all his life. Being named after LeBron is already enough pressure. So he wanted to become himself. He wanted to be named as Bronny. His name is LeBron James Jr. but he wants to be Bronny because he wants to be himself, and I really admire that just because he wants his own path. He don't want to always be under his dad when he is already under his dad. And I just, I like that he's hooping. Do I think it's impressive? I think it's impressive. I think it's hard for people to drop 40 in the G League in general. So for him to do it, I think it's impressive. And once he gets in the league, once he gets more minutes and more burn, I would like to see what he does. Hopefully that will translate.
I am very bright for some reason. I don't know what the flip going on with that.
Well, whatever you did just now looked a little better because you looked slightly smoky, but I mean, it wasn't terrible. But that whatever you did there, it looks good.
Yeah.
Bronny looks good. Bronny looks good. I'll be honest. We kind of covered his comparisons to his draft class before last year, and then the one this year had he stayed in college, how he's doing, how he's been doing. Even dropped a career 17 points in the actual NBA, which I think is good for the amount of minutes that he's getting. So we just got to see more of that. But I think he's really getting confident. I think that's all he needs to do. Basketball is a lot of mental more than physical. So once you get that mental right, I think you're pretty good. And I think he's pretty good. So, I mean, there's a lot that we covered here. A lot of repeats for Cooper Flag, which was just kind of a discussion talk. But, yeah, I think that's really it, yeah.
So to wrap up the Bronny thing, because there's one more topic. Like Don said, he's hooping right now. He's getting his confidence. Pretty much Jeff T says he's getting his confidence, starting to feel himself, which is a good thing and very important in basketball. We've seen players who lost their confidence and lost it all.
Ben Simmons.
Trash. Ben Simmons was like a 5-time All-Star. Confidence is everything. He let the media talk trash. He let them bully him and see what happens. He hasn't been the same since. He's never been a good shooter. So watch how to shoot now. I mean, if you want to try and improve a jump shot, I'm cool with that. But outside of that, why you let them bully you into taking jump shots that you know you can't hit? You are big, 6'8" point guard. You're like 250. Body your way to the rim that you were originally doing. Get back to the original business. Now it's over. It's too late. He's not gonna ever get back to that. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't think so.
To end the podcast off, I wanted to talk about the MVP race right now. It's really much between Shane and Joker. There's no way in the mix. In my opinion, it's gonna be the boring answer. Joker needs to win it again. Should win it again because it's his to lose. Obviously, I think they're gonna give it to SGA because
they're gonna give it to SGA. They're gonna give it to SGA.
I think is garbage. I hate voter fatigue. I think it's dumb. You give it to the player that earned the MVP. You don't give it to the person because I'm tired of giving it to him. That's BS.
Well, they've showed that years and years on with LeBron. They're not going to give you a whole bunch of MVPs over and over and over and over again.
They already did that with Joker when they gave it to Embiid that year. They gave it out of sympathy because Perkins was crying about racism. And
but that's what I'm saying. We all know that should have been Jokers.
And this one should be Jokers. There's no way a dude averaging a triple-double does not get an MVP.
It's not going to be. They're going to give SGA that MVP, bro.
If they gave Westbrook one for averaging triple-double as a 6th seed, there should be no way on God's green earth.
Because they don't want the same. They don't want the same guy winning a whole bunch of MVPs over and over and over and over again. That's not fun for the NBA, especially business-wise. It's not fun.
It wasn't fun watching the Warriors dominate for 4 straight seasons, but we sat through it.
I mean,
that's called the best
the
player
NBA
in the world.
Signed off for that. I mean, they knew the KD was coming through. Yeah, take SGA. I agree. I think they're going to give it to SGA.
They're going to give it to him.
I think he's the best guy for it.
No,
but I also know that they're not going to continue to get the same person MVPs over and over and over again because if that was the case, they would have did it with LeBron, and they did it. So they're not going to do it for Joker either.
Well, LeBron's hated. The media hates LeBron. So, yeah, I mean, that won't make more sense.
That's true, too.
But there's no way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Joker must be hurt because he done missed by the last 5 games. But dude's averaging 29, 50, or 29, 57% shooting, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists. Come on, bro. Like, you can't make this up. He's the best player in the world. He's been the best player in the world.
SGA is having a hell of a year, too, though.
He had a hell of a year last year and still didn't get it.
So that's what I'm saying. This is more politics than anything, bro. It's not about who always deserves it. We all know that. This MVP candidacy is not about who deserves it.
And his stats didn't even like he's averaging 2 more points.
I mean,
His
to be fair,
rebounds are the same, and
his
points
stats are not gonna be Jokic because
if
they play
SGA wanted
different
to, he can
positions.
get 10 assists.
But
He
they
can at least
play
get
different.
9 to
They play
10.
different positions though.
He plays point guard. Joker's a
That's what
center
I'm saying.
doing this.
That's what I'm saying. It's still impressive, but he's still not gonna get as many rebounds as Joker is getting.
The rebounds is fine, but why your assist numbers should be? I mean, he's a score first guard. I get all that, but come on, bro. Like this dude's averaging a triple double, and they're gonna rob him out of the MVP. Is insane. It's ridiculous. No. Again, no disrespect to SGA. He's balling, top 10 player in the NBA. Easily can make the NBA Finals this season if they all stay healthy. They have one of the best futures in the NBA, the best GM in the NBA. He's known for fleecing people. They have a bright future and a current. They have a bright future and a bright present day. So his stats to me matter. Stats matter when it comes to MVP. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah, it does.
Play on the court.
I agree.
Stats. I don't care about team record. That's just me. I think team record is stupid.
I think it's a cop out. I think it's a cop out for the MVP races. I think it's a cop out.
Exactly. I don't understand. And they're going to give it to one because they're the 1 seed and they have the second best or the first best record in the NBA right now. But
I think it's the second best because I think Cavs have the best record.
But and like you said, it's a cop out. I think it's BS that you're going to give it to the person because it's a better record and you're voter fatigue. Voter fatigue is the dumbest cop out to me. You give it to the best player. Y'all don't have no problem giving it to MJ every damn year. What's the difference? So give Joker his MVP.
It's about the likability, which if we're saying
Joker
what you're saying, then Joker has, yes, but they still want to make people happy.
It's not. That's the problem. Stop making everybody happy. Make the right decision. Because if he goes off and wins another championship, he's just gonna be looking even stupider. You're gonna rob him out of another MVP, which should be what? 4, 5? How many he got?
He got 3, I think.
I thought he had 4.
Let me see. I can look it up while you're talking. I think.
But it makes no sense that voter fatigue. That's so stupid. The media, as we all know, is awful at their job. And then there's just the fans. In my opinion, the fans are the most toxic.
Yeah, 3. 2021, 2020, 2021, 2021, 2022. So it went back to back. And then 2023, 2024. Oh, wait, so you won 3 in a row? Am I tweaking?
3 in a row is crazy.
Oh, yeah, you did, I think.
I feel like if they really want to give it to Joker, they would have given it to him when Embiid got it.
That's what I'm
Embiid
saying.
Was a sympathy thing. We all know that was
So what's the difference? What's the difference here though? Because SGA just had a fantastic year last year, like you just mentioned. So what Tay is saying is valid. It's going to be the same thing here.
Joker had the better season.
It didn't matter
last year.
It didn't
he was
matter.
The better player, better season, better player, better play on the court. That all matters. But it's the same thing this season. There's no difference. He has the better record and the better team.
But look at Tay's comment. What she said is true.
Wanted to give it to Joker, they would have given it to him when they gave it to Embiid. Embiid got the black card given right to him.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Obviously, we know who had a better year that year when Embiid got the MVP. So if that's the case, why do you think that's not going to happen again?
I don't even think that was sympathy for Embiid. I think that
was a sympathy MVP. We all know that.
No, that was just stupidity.
Was not the better player. Jokic was the better player by a long shot.
Embiid was the better player the following season until he got hurt.
But Jokic was the MVP that year. We all know that. If any MVP, it should have been that year. Okay, so you just mentioned
it needs to be this year too. There's no difference.
SGA had a good year. And SGA and Jokic now, who has the best year? Jokic. But that doesn't mean you're always going to get the MVP. That's the politics about NBA.
So what's the point of playing basketball then? If I know I'm the best player in the world, I'm the best player in the world, I'm putting up the greatest stats, my team is good, what am I playing for then if I'm not going to
It's not going to always be your award because you want it to be, and that's just a hard truth that we have to understand as fans.
It's not what he wants because I know he don't care. But I mean, from a standpoint, it's what it should be. If Patrick Mahomes is in the Super Bowl every year because he earned it, he might cheat his way through sometimes. Let's be real.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So so you see what I'm saying?
He doesn't cheat. The NFL cheats for him. I guarantee he just go along with it.
Same thing for me.
But it's how do I put this?
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just telling you that that's just the politics of the NBA.
That's just politics of sports in general. But
yeah, well, that's sports in general. Bro. We're talking about NBA, so that's just the politics of the NBA, bro.
They're gonna kiss up the SGA this year. They're gonna make this big old what's those things they make highlight films. They're gonna make for him when he wins the award. They're gonna give him this big celebration, and then they're gonna get knocked out second round. I'm calling it now. This is normally how it works.
Second round. I don't know. Thunder looks good.
If they match up with the Nuggets, give me Denver. every time. I'm taking Denver.
Yeah.
The way Lakers playing, give me the Lakers.
The Lakers. What are you talking about? The Lakers are good.
That's what if the Lakers match up with them, I would pick the Lakers.
That's what you're saying. Okay.
Luka's first of all unguardable. LeBron, when healthy, we all know he's still a top 10 player. Luka's a top, in my opinion, top 3 player.
Top 3 easily.
Top 3.
If anybody says he's not top 3, something's wrong with that list.
And then the Lakers role players are actually balling. They're getting healthy again too. Now we just beat them the other night. Paulo and Franz. First of all, Franz owns the Lakers.
Yeah, I did beat them. That was crazy.
I
think that was LeBron's first game back from the groin injury as well.
But shout out to Magic right quick. We're on a 3-game win streak. Lord knows we needed it. Paulo's been averaging some crazy numbers. Like the past 10 games, he's been going insane. We still have a losing record, which sucks. But that injuries, I get it. But just shout out my Magic. Lakers, I would take Lakers over the Thunder right now. I know it's crazy. Beginning of the season, crazy to say that. But now the Lakers look great. I will always take the Nuggets over anybody in the West. I don't care unless they're injured. I'm never taking anybody over the Nuggets. I pick the Nuggets every year because they have the best player in the world. And Jamal Murray, when he's healthy, we all know how good he is. We all know how good a team is when healthy. Minnesota, I would like to see Ant and the boys get in there, but I don't know what the hell they got going on this season. They just suck. I mean, granted, they don't have Cat no more. Who's balling, by the way? He benefited from that New York trade.
A great year with the Knicks. Great year. Top 5 center this year.
Let me look up the standings right quick before we end this because I really want to see this.
Yeah, standings. I think top 3 in the East would be Cavs, Boston. Who else is winning a lot in the East?
I'm gonna pull it up.
I feel like the Bucks are not top 3, are they? Yeah, the top 5. So the Knicks. Okay, I'm tripping. It's the Knicks. Cavs, Celtics, Knicks. That's top 3.
So, in my opinion, this is the only team here that matters. Let's just be real. Celtics are defending champions. Nobody's going to beat them. I don't care how good Cleveland is. They're not beating the Celtics in a 7-game series. Plus, they're only 5 games ahead. Like, it's not like it's that far off. The Celtics are the best team in the NBA besides the Nuggets, but I think the Celtics probably will beat them depending on health. I don't know. They have a top 5 player, in my opinion, top 4 in Jason Tatum. Donovan Mitchell is a top 15-ish player, top 20 at the least.
I would say, yeah, I agree.
Jay, we all know how good Jalen Brown's top 20 player. Tyrese Halliburton, one of my favorite players, slept on heavily. He has a Pacers absolutely balling this season. I thought they would have regressed this year, but they didn't. So that's a big step. The Bucks, we all know Dame just went down, I think, for the season. Cavs are going to fold. I've said the same thing.
I think Dame is out indefinitely, but that doesn't mean that his timetable is for this season.
I hate when they put indefinitely.
Yeah, because you never know. You never know the timetable. Yeah.
I don't see the Bucks winning a championship this year. I just don't. This is my favorite surprise of the season right here. I love the fact that the Pistons are winning the basketball game.
Yeah.
I love it. So that's my favorite surprise. I wish it was us, but we had our spot last year. We've been hurt. I get to us in a minute. But this is my favorite surprise of the season. The Pistons are going absolutely insane. Cade Cunningham is finally getting the respect he deserves. The Hawks.
Oh, wow. 10th. Okay.
The Hawks are always they always do this. They're always like
around the
mid-team.
Mid.
Trae Young will be gone soon. They're still 2 games below 500, so they can always get above 500. I don't think they will because of the Hawks. They always do this.
I think Trae Young is gone. Yeah, for sure.
So this is playoffs, play-in team. We're going to be play-in. We're pretty much trying to battle for who get the home game, which obviously doesn't make a difference because you're going to get swept here and you're probably going to get swept there. We'll probably take them to 5 or 6 and we'll get swept here. I'd rather take my chances with Cleveland. I don't want nothing to do with them. Chicago, just mid. They're They're literally mid. Miami just sucks this year. I think they're just a lot of injuries. I don't know what the hell they got going on, but they just suck.
Yeah.
The Raptors suck. They always suck. It's pretty much outside of the Sixers.
The Sixers is just it's crazy.
Just a bad
I
year.
see them in the 13th seed.
These other teams, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We already know they're always down there. So
they're always there. But
that's normal. But seeing the Sixers there for the first time in years is crazy to me. It's crazy to see it, but it is what it is. We already know how that folded down. We can go to the West.
They're gonna fold. I'm calling a second round. I give them second round. I don't see Cleveland doing much.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I gotta see more to disagree. So
And then we get to the West, like we just talked
The
about
Rockets
the
are
Thunder.
the number 2 seed. Wow.
They're 13 games ahead, which is insane. This one, it doesn't surprise me at all. I said they needed a coach. They got their coach, and it's working out perfectly. I called it. Şengün's a top center in the NBA. He has a fantastic coach who would have won a ring if he stayed with the Celtics. He's a great coach. I think he's better than the Celtics coach, actually, because he built that roster.
Yeah.
The Rockets are a good team. I didn't know they were going to be second seed good. I thought it was maybe 4, 5, 6 around there.
I would have gave them mid as well. I wouldn't say they were top 3.
The Nuggets, like I said, until somebody proves me wrong, they're the best team in the West. Joker's the best player in the world. Give him a healthy Jamal Murray. Those boys are going to be good. I just don't see anybody beating them in a 7-game series. Like, the Rockets are good, but they're not winning this year. Let's be real. Thunder, I think Thunder are going to go conference finals.
I think the Thunder and the Rockets don't have enough veteran presence to be feared as most would say from this seeding right now.
From an experience perspective, you got Bron and Luka, who made the finals last year. Bron's got 4 rings. Grizzlies are always. I like the fact that the Grizzlies have come back. Ja Morant has pretty much put his team back on the map. We all knew they were good with him. He's been gone a whole season last year, so of course him coming back helps out a lot.
Yeah,
I think they're a sleeper team because I think they can really make a solid playoff run. I can see conference finals in their future if they stay healthy and everything falls perfectly for them. I can really see the Grizzlies doing work in the playoffs. Like I said with the Lakers.
No other team in the West kind of surprises me though, to be honest. Well, the Timberwolves obviously, but they've never been like a huge team to fully threaten, especially now with them not having Cat. I knew that was going to be a huge transition for them. So
I didn't even know they had a winning record. I'm gonna be honest with you, but
a lot of teams. Well, the top 8 have the winning record. Yeah, there's my Kings.
The Warriors are probably my biggest surprise of the season. I thought they were going to be flat out garbage.
Oh yeah, I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to be 9, 10, 11, 12.
Never sleep on Curry at this point. But the Clippers are right on them. Like they're right there. They're a game behind, half a game actually.
Yeah.
So that's actually insane. I didn't know the Clippers were going to be this good. Is Kawhi playing again? I know he's probably not 100%. He's probably trying to get back there.
In here and there from what I've seen. Yeah.
But you've already discussed the Timberwolves. Your Kings, just Fox is gone, so
it's just
kind of hard.
It's a big blow for the year. Yeah, it's just this year's done. I think this year's done.
The Suns have won 4 in a row. Did not know that. Don't care for the Suns because I don't like Devin Booker. I mean, not Devin Booker. I don't like Bradley Beal because I think he's highly overrated and he's trash. The Mavericks, let's just joke them. They traded their greatest player since Dirk Nowitzki, dumbest thing of all time.
Trailblazers, we said they have a bright future, but you know they're still trying to get their pieces together. Spurs,
we all know they would have been in the playoffs if Wemby doesn't get hurt. They would have been at least in this play-in area, and then next year they're going to take that next step and they're going to send up here. I'm calling it now. I don't know what it is, but Wemby is what it is.
Pelicans and Jazz, we don't even have to go through that. We already know.
So the Pelicans are just a disappointment.
We know why for the Pelicans. So
they're just a disappointment. Even when Zion's healthy, they just And then the Jazz are tanking. Like clearly they're tanking. 16-game wins in the West is crazy.
Yeah, that's
but again, we know the tankers, intentionally tankers. 1, 2.
So
I don't even think they're tanking. They just suck.
No,
At this point, I don't think like 1, 2, 3. Well, they're tanking, and they're probably tanking too. But 1 and 2, they just suck. Like naturally suck. He'll be traded soon. LaMelo, he'll be out of there. I hope for his sake, come to the Magic. And again with the West, I love it. I love the fact that the Rockets are winning games. Emmanuel Udoka is proving everybody wrong. I think I said his name wrong, but he's proving everybody wrong that he can still be a great coach. I'm glad for him. But like Tay said in the comments, Cavs are gonna fold. I'm calling it. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. We've been going for hour 13. This is episode 71. This was about Bronny, but it's a basketball episode. 72. I'm sorry. It's a Bronny episode. If you want to go back to the very beginning, you can. We talked about Bronny a lot. We talked about him in the middle. Kind of talked about just a lot of NBA stuff in general. If you like our NBA content, please subscribe to the channel. We would love that. It would help us out a lot. We're trying to reach 100 subscribers before the year end. Don't forget to follow all of us on social medias here. Tim isn't here, but his social media is in the description below. So it's my wrestling channel. TikTok, Instagram, pretty much all the stuff anybody uses to promote nowadays. We thank you guys for watching. But once again, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Leave in the comments who you think is going to be in the NBA Finals, who you think is going to win MVP and all the other awards, Coach of the Year as well. Leave in the comments if you think Paolo and Wemby will be top 10 players by the start of next season or by the end of this season. Also, I want to know what people rank Franz. I think Franz is a top 20 player. There's no one the hell is anything less. Yeah, just let us know in the comment section below what you guys think. Do you guys like this type of style? Should we do more live streams? And leave a like. And we'll see you guys in episode 73. Bye-bye.